The cruise industry made $26 billion last year, and a surprising amount of that didn't come from your ticket price. It came from you, standing at a poolside bar, or wandering into a spa, or clicking Add to Cart on a shore excursion at midnight before your sailing, not fully understanding what was about to happen to your wallet. That base fare you booked? In many cases, it's essentially a loss leader. The ships are designed, architecturally, psychologically, operationally, to extract money after you're already on board, after you're already comfortable, after you're already in vacation mode and your financial guard is about as functional as a screen door on a submarine. I've taken 11 cruises, 4 different cruise lines, different itineraries, different ship sizes, different price points, and I have made almost every mistake on this list personally. Some of them more than once. So this isn't a warning from someone reading industry reports. This is hard-won, genuinely painful experience, delivered so you don't have to repeat it. 13 rip-offs, some obvious, some absolutely not. And one of them, you'll know it when we get there, I genuinely couldn't believe was legal. The drink package. Let's start here because this is the entry point. The first upsell, the one dangled in front of you the moment you book, the one that feels like a no-brainer. Unlimited drinks. The math works out. You just need to have, checks notes, 7 to 9 drinks a day to break even, every single day. On a 7-day sailing, that's between 49 and 63 drinks to get your money's worth from most premium packages, which currently run anywhere from $65 to $100 per person per day on major lines. Here's what the cruise lines know that they're counting on you not to think about. Most people don't drink that much, especially not consistently across a full week that includes sea days, port days, excursion days, late arrival days, and at least 2 or 3 nights where you're honestly just tired. The package is profitable for the cruise line at almost every consumption level, except the very high end. And even then, they've priced it to cover that. Now, if you genuinely are a heavy social drinker on vacation, maybe it works for you. But the framing, unlimited as an inherently good deal, is the manipulation. Ask yourself, would you buy an unlimited movie ticket package for a theater you're visiting 7 times? Probably not. You'd buy tickets to the movies you actually want to see. Buy drinks the same way. Specialty dining. The main dining room on a cruise ship is included. The buffet is included. The specialty restaurants, the Italian place, the steakhouse, the sushi bar, are not. And the upsell pressure to visit them starts almost immediately after embarkation. Table for 2 tonight at the steakhouse. We have a sailing special. The sailing special is $45 to $65 per person, on top of what you've already paid for the trip. And look, the food is often genuinely better. I won't pretend otherwise. But the markup relative to the actual quality and portion size is extreme. I paid $58 per person at a specialty steakhouse on a major line 2 years ago. The steak was decent. It was not 116 for 2 decent. It was a slightly better than the main dining room steak. That I paid for with money I could have spent on an actual restaurant in port. Book specialty dining before you sail if you want it. The pre-sale prices are routinely 20 to 30% cheaper than the sailing special they pitch you on day 1. Shore excursions through the cruise line. This one genuinely frustrates me because the pitch sounds so reasonable. Book through us. And if the excursion runs late, we'll hold the ship. That guarantee sounds invaluable, and in theory, it is. In practice, for the vast majority of itineraries on established routes, independent operators run the same tours, with the same guides, on schedules that are 100% calibrated around ship departure times, because their entire business depends on cruise passengers being back on time. The price difference? Routinely, 40 to 60%. I've stood in the same tour van as someone who booked through the ship and paid $189 for a snorkeling excursion that I booked independently at the dock for $75. Same van, same guide, same reef. The cruise line acts as a middleman, takes a cut, and adds the fear premium. Research your ports in advance. Check TripAdvisor, Viator, local Facebook travel groups. Book independently. Save hundreds over a week-long sailing. The spa is where things start getting genuinely aggressive. Cruise ship spas are run, in most cases, by a third-party operator called Steiner Leisure, now rebranded as Mandara Spa, and their sales tactics are something to behold. You go in for a massage. You come out with $400 in professional skincare products you didn't plan to buy and a recommended follow-up treatment package. The setup involves a consultation before your treatment, where they do a skin or scalp analysis, diagnose various concerns, and present their product line as the solution. It's soft sell, it's relaxed. It happens when you're literally horizontal and physically relaxed, and it is unambiguously a sales pitch. You are entitled to say no. Say no. The treatments themselves, if you want them, are fine. But book them on the first or last sea day when demand is lower, and ask directly if there are any specials. Because spa staff have significant pricing flexibility, they rarely advertise. Wi-Fi. I'm not even going to sugarcoat this. Cruise ship internet is priced like a ransom. Packages run from $20 to $35 per day on most major lines, and the speed you get for that price is, depending on the ship and the satellite coverage, somewhere between adequate and genuinely unusable. The technology has improved in recent years, especially on ships that have switched to Starlink-based systems. But the pricing has not come down to reflect the improvement. If you have T-Mobile's Magenta or Go 5G plan, international data works in many ports of call for free the moment you're off the ship. Use port time for data-heavy tasks. Download what you need before you board. If you absolutely need connectivity at sea, check whether your specific ship uses Starlink. Those packages are noticeably better and may be worth the cost. For ships still running legacy systems, the value proposition is almost never there. Photos. This is one of the quieter ones, but cruise lines have built an impressive revenue stream around a simple human truth. People want memories of their vacation. The onboard photographers are everywhere. The gangway, formal nights, specialty dinners, private island beaches. They're good at what they do. The photos are often genuinely nice. Then you go to the photo gallery to look at them, and the pricing is remarkable. Individual digital photos run $20 to $30 each on most lines. Package deals for all your photos from the sailing can run $200 to $350. This is for photos you didn't commission, didn't know were being taken, and can choose not to buy. But the psychology works beautifully. You see yourself smiling on a beach, and suddenly $250 feels like a reasonable price for the memory. Your phone takes excellent photos now. Bring a waterproof case for snorkeling and beach days. Use a small tripod or a selfie stick. Take your own photos on formal night in front of the same backgrounds the photographers use. They're not restricted. If you want a few professional shots, buy 2 or 3 individual favorites rather than a package. Don't let nostalgia be arbitraged. The casino. Most people know casinos favor the house. What fewer people realize is that cruise ship casinos operate outside the regulatory jurisdiction of any state gaming commission. They're at sea. The rules that govern slot machine payout percentages, table game minimums, and house edge disclosures in Las Vegas or Atlantic City simply do not apply. Cruise ship slot machines can, and based on available research often do, run at significantly worse return to player percentages than land-based equivalents. There's no required disclosure. There's no state audit. If you enjoy the casino as entertainment, budget it like a show, decide what you're comfortable losing, and treat it as the cost of the experience. But don't walk in thinking the odds are comparable to what you'd find on land. They almost certainly aren't. Port shopping recommendations deserve their own investigation, honestly, because the dynamic at play here is genuinely surprising. Your cruise director or shore excursion team will often recommend specific jewelers, souvenir shops, or retail stores in port. These recommendations can feel like insider tips from people who know the destination. They are frequently not that. Cruise lines have formal partnership programs, sometimes called preferred partner or authorized retailer arrangements, where port merchants pay to be recommended and sometimes share a percentage of sales made to cruise passengers. The recommended jewelry store isn't necessarily the best value in town. It's the one that paid for the recommendation. I'm not saying everything sold through these channels is bad. I'm saying the endorsement is not neutral, and you should treat it like the paid advertisement it effectively is. The minibar and in-cabin amenities. This one catches people on their most tired days. The night before a port day, jet-lagged, back in the cabin at 11 p.m., reaching for a bottle of water that turns out to cost $6. The minibar on cruise ships is priced with the full understanding that you are captive. You are probably tired, and you may not be reading the price card carefully. Before you reach for anything, take 30 seconds to check whether prices are listed. On some ships, the minibar items are flagged clearly. On others, they're designed to look like complimentary amenities until you check your onboard account. Water, snacks, and basic beverages are almost always available for free somewhere on the ship. The buffet, the pool bar, the 24-hour options. Bring a refillable water bottle. Stock your cabin on embarkation day from the buffet before it closes. It sounds small. Across a family of 4 over 7 days, it's not small. Art auctions. I saved this one because it requires a moment of genuine attention. Seagoing art auctions, run almost exclusively by a company called Park West Gallery, are a fixture on major cruise lines. The pitch is that you're getting access to investment-grade artwork at below-market prices, limited editions, certificates of authenticity, appraisal values printed on the sheet that seem to validate the price you're paying. The Better Business Bureau has thousands of complaints about cruise ship art auctions. Multiple class action lawsuits have been filed. The appraisal on the certificate is often prepared by an appraiser affiliated with the seller, not an independent valuation. The limited edition prints can have edition sizes of several thousand copies. The resale value of most pieces purchased at sea auctions, when people have tried to sell them, tends to be a fraction, sometimes a very small fraction, of the purchase price. Go to the auction for the free champagne if they're offering it. Don't buy anything. If you want a piece of art as a decoration and you genuinely love it, that's your business. But go in knowing it's not an investment. It's a souvenir with a very high markup. So here's where all of this lands. 13 revenue streams, ranging from mildly irritating to genuinely predatory. All built into what the industry markets as a relaxing, all-inclusive vacation. And look, I want to be direct about something, because this kind of list can leave people feeling like cruising is a scam, and that's not quite the right takeaway. Cruises can be genuinely good value when you understand the structure. The base fare often includes accommodation, food, entertainment, and transportation between ports, stacked up against a land-based vacation that can legitimately be cost competitive. The rip-offs aren't proof that cruises are bad. They're proof that the industry has layered an aggressive ancillary revenue model on top of something that can be enjoyable. And your job, if you choose to sail, is to not fund the entire model on your own. Research your drink consumption honestly before buying a package. Book excursions independently after checking reviews. Decline spa product recommendations with a polite but firm no. Take your own photos. Budget the casino-like entertainment, not gambling. Be skeptical of any shopping recommendation that comes from official ship channels, and stay far, far away from the art auction unless you're there purely for the atmosphere. You now know what most first-time and even repeat cruisers never figure out until they've paid for it the hard way. That's not a small thing. Share this with someone who has a cruise coming up. It might be the most useful thing you do for them before they board. If this video saved you money, or if you've experienced one of these firsthand and want to commiserate or add something I missed, drop it in the comments. I read them, and honestly, some of the best follow-up research I've done has started from something a viewer mentioned below the line. There's more coming. I'm going deep on resort fee scams next, which are somehow even less regulated than anything I covered today. You won't want to miss it.